Alright, let's dive even deeper into the 2025 Kawasaki KX 450, dissecting every facet of this motocross beast with a level of detail that'll satisfy the gearheads, racers, and enthusiasts alike. We'll expand on the original breakdown, exploring the engineering, performance nuances, and rider experience in a way that leaves no stone unturned. Buckle up, this is going to be a comprehensive teardown of what makes the KX 450 the ultimate dirt bike for 2025. Design aesthetics, form meets function. The 2025 Kawasaki KX 450 isn't just a pretty face, it's a masterclass in purposeful design. The aggressive, angular bodywork isn't there for show, it's sculpted to give riders an edge. The slimmed-down ergonomics, narrower shrouds, and a flatter seat allow for better leg grip and easier weight shifts, critical when you're threading the needle through tight corners or adjusting mid-air. The radiator shrouds are vented with precision, channeling airflow to keep the engine cool under the brutal heat of a 30-minute moto. That lightweight aluminum perimeter frame? It's not just lighter by a few ounces, it's been re-engineered with a revised rigidity balance, shaving approximately 2 pounds compared to its predecessor while boosting torsional stiffness by 10%. This translates to a chassis that resists flex under extreme loads, think hard landings or high-speed whoops, while remaining agile enough for flicking the bike into turns. The swing arm, too, gets a subtle tweak with a reinforced pivot point that improves rear-wheel traction without adding bulk. The fuel tank, now sitting lower and flatter, drops the center of gravity, making the bike feel less top-heavy when you're leaned over in a rut or blasting through a berm. Visually, the lime green finish is iconic, but Kawasaki offers a subtle matte black accent option for 2025, giving it a stealthy vibe for riders who prefer understated menace. Every line, every curve, it's all about aerodynamics and control, wrapped in a package that demands attention on the starting gate. Technology features. The brain behind the Brawn, the 2025 KX 450, isn't just a mechanical marvel, it's a tech-laden weapon. Let's start with the launch control mode. This isn't some gimmicky button, it's a sophisticated system tied to the ECU that caps engine RPM at the gate drop, preventing wheel spin on slick starts. Once you're rolling, it seamlessly hands full power back to you, ensuring you're first to the whole shot without overcooking it. Riders can toggle between two settings, standard and aggressive, depending on track conditions or personal style. The ECU itself is a leap forward. Kawasaki's engineers reworked the traction mapping with real-time adaptability, pulling data from throttle position, wheel speed, and engine load. On hardpack, it dials back torque to prevent slippage. In sand, it lets the rear wheel dig in for maximum drive. You can even connect the bike to Kawasaki's radiology app via Bluetooth, tweaking power delivery curves or monitoring engine vitals from your phone. Think of it as a pit crew in your pocket. Suspension is where the KX 450 flexes its factory cred. The Showa 49mm front forks borrow a kit tech from pro race teams, with Kashima-coated internals that reduce friction and provide buttery smooth action. They're fully adjustable preload, compression, rebound, so you can dial them in for anything from supercross rhythms to outdoor nationals. The rear Uni-Trak system pairs with a Showa shock, featuring a revised linkage ratio that lowers the rear end slightly, improving corner exit grip. Together, they soak up 12 inches of travel front and rear, taming the gnarliest tracks while keeping the bike planted. Oh, and the handlebars? Rental fat bars come standard with 4-way adjustability to fine-tune your riding position. It's a small touch, but when you're battling arm pump 20 minutes into a race, it's a godsend. Engine performance. A heart that pounds, the 449cc single-cylinder engine is the soul of the KX 450, and Kawasaki has squeezed every ounce of potential from it for 2025. The redesigned intake ports are straighter and wider, improving airflow efficiency by 15% over the 2024 model, while the exhaust system gets a longer header pipe for better low-end grunt. The camshaft timing has been advanced slightly, sharpening throttle response without sacrificing that explosive mid-range punch Kawasaki is known for. The lightweight piston crafted from a high-strength aluminum alloy reduces reciprocating mass, letting the engine rev faster and harder. Paired with a finger-follower valve train, a nod to Kawasaki's superbike tech, it minimizes valvetrain drag, pushing peak horsepower north of 55 HP. Exact figures TBD, but expect a bump from last year's 53 HP. Torquey, it's a wave you can surf, peaking around 8,000 RPM and carrying strong to the 11,500 RPM ridgeline. The 5-speed transmission is tighter and smoother with a hydraulic clutch that offers a feather-light pull and zero fade, even after a full day of abuse. Kawasaki also reworked the airbox, increasing volume and adding a straighter intake path, which feeds the 44mm throttle body with cleaner, denser air. The result is a bike that leaps off the line, claws through corners, and screams down straights with zero hesitation. Whether you're scrubbing a triple or powering out of a muddy turn, this engine delivers relentless, usable power. Braking system, stopping power meets Finesse the KX4. 5.0's brakes are a perfect match for its ferocious pace. The front 270mm pedal disc, paired with a twin-piston caliper, bites hard but progressively, letting you trail brake into corners with surgical precision. Pedal discs aren't just for looks, their wavy edge dissipates heat faster, reducing fade during long motos. The rear 240mm disc is equally impressive, with a single piston caliper that locks the wheel when you need it, but feathers beautifully for controlled slides. Kawasaki tweaked the brake pads for 2025, using a higher friction compound that boosts initial bite by about 5% without wearing out faster. The master cylinder's lever ratio is adjustable too, so you can set it for one-finger braking or a firmer feel. Whether you're diving into a downhill chicane or scrubbing speed before a tabletop, these brakes give you the confidence to push the limits and reel it back in when it counts. Fuel efficiency, more time on the track. The KX4 5.0's fuel-injected system isn't built for sipping gas like a commuter bike, but Kawasaki still eked out gains. The 6.2-liter tank, 1.64 gallons, benefits from a remapped FI that optimizes air-fuel ratios across the RPM range. Expect about 10 to 15% better efficiency than the 2024 model, enough to stretch a practice session or give you an extra lap in a race. It's not about saving pennies at the pump. It's about keeping you on the track longer, owning your skills while the competition refuels. Safety, stability, taming the beast power without control is chaos, and Kawasaki knows it. The frame's revised rigidity, stiffer at the head tube, more compliant near the swing arm, creates a balanced flex that keeps the front wheel tracking true and the rear hooked up. The lower center of gravity, thanks to that tank redesign, makes the bike feel less twitchy at speed, while the updated rider triangle bars, pegs and seat puts you in a neutral attack position. It's less fatiguing over long rides, with foot pegs lowered slightly for better leverage. The tires, Dunlop Geomax MX33s, are grippy and versatile, clawing into loose dirt and holding firm on hardpack. Add in the suspension's ability to soak up punishment, and you've got a bike that stays predictable whether you're railing a berm or landing off axis from a 60-foot double. It's wild, but it's never unruly. Pricing verdict, worth every penny at $10,699. The 2025 KX 450 sits at the premium end of the 450cc motocross market, but it earns it. You're paying for a bike that's lighter, around 232 lbs, faster and smarter than ever, with tech and build quality that rival factory race machines. Compared to rivals like the Honda Cruff 450 RAR, $9,999, or Yamaha Yeast 450F, $10,199. The KX4 5.0's edge lies in its suspension finesse, ECU adaptability, and raw mid-range punch. It's not cheap, but for riders chasing podiums or just the thrill of domination, it's an investment in victory. The final word, the 2025 Kawasaki KX 450 isn't just a dirt bike, it's a precision instrument, a technological marvel, and a love letter to motocross purists. It's lighter where it counts, faster when it matters, and smarter than anything else on the track. From the gate drop to the checkered flag, it's built to win, plain and simple. So, would you ride it? If you crave speed, live for control, and dream of glory, the answer's a resounding yes. What do you think? Ready to throw a leg over this beast? Let me know.